Hi there, dark-minded-sith here, and welcome to Banjo-Tooie, the epilogue. This is going to be 2 extra videos dedicated to showing off some fun extra things that can be found in Banjo-Tooie. So to start off, we're going to go to my main file, and we're going to check out a post-game file. Check out what is in this game when it's all beaten. Well, the first thing I wanted to show is actually Banjo's house and Spiral Mountain stay the same. They never get revived. So if you were thinking, hey, they were going to be revived at the end of this game, nope. And on top of that, Bottle's house never opens back up. He would not let us come in until he was having a party, and he said, no, you can't come in, you gotta beat Gruntilda. But apparently he had enough of all of our abuse and Kazooie's sarcastic remarks, because he's decided to just never let us come back in again. I don't know why they do that, it's kind of random, but anyway, Big Ringa Billabong something is here. We get a little post-game dialogue here. Scones, still don't know what they are. And yeah, I guess they'll never know either. They apparently were eaten all. Yeah. Hello, Bingabong. It's been fun getting to know you, but there's still some enemies running around. I don't know, but sing along. Yeah, come on, man. It's not that hard. Right?
Now, say my name.
You're Billabong. Oh.
Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so goodbye, Bing-a-bling. It was great to get to know you, and I'm very happy Toots is okay. Okay, so last up is Cauldron Keep, where we fought the witch. What goes on here after it's all done? Now, a lot of games, they just keep the final boss forever, and you can go back and just refight them and beat the game however many times you want, but not this game. You go up here and yeah, just nothing. I don't know what happened to Grunny. I don't know where her head is. I don't know what's going on with this. Kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. It would have been nice to have her just decapitated head left here. Kind of like Weldar. I mean, Weldar's head just lays there and you can go back and talk to him all you want, but nope. Grunny's head's just gone and there's nothing here but despair. And then you just hit B and take the elevator back down, so. Well, anyway, that concludes the post-game stuff. There's not a lot to show. But anyway, now we're going to get into something a little interesting. Klungo, what? What is this? Okay, so what I'm going to showcase here for the next couple of minutes is actually some extra dialogue. In your game, if you ever lose to a boss and you go back to fight him again, you get some losing dialogue. Or the boss taunts you in some form or fashion. So I thought it'd be fun to show that. I would have shown this as I fought the bosses, but I didn't know about this till way later, so we're gonna take a look at what all these bosses say when you come back to them. Oh yeah, this one's funny. He's still Target Zan. Things haven't changed. This will be a little trip down memory road as well. Look at all these bosses that we fought forever ago. Yeah, it's hard to think of Chuffy as a bad guy. He's been so helpful to us. Anyway. Oh, Mr. Patch. It's very taunting to just have him be alive here. I don't think he's dead. I'm just gonna be in denial. This is losing dialogue you might have seen, because it can be pretty challenging. Especially with the first time you play this, you might not know what the heck you're doing. There's Lord Wu, M-rated, M-rated. Nah, he's not very interesting. And there's Terry. Back when Terry tried to kill us. Eggs, I don't want to hear about any eggs. No more eggs. I've had enough. I don't even know if I need to show this one. You've probably all died to Weldar at least once, so. He's pretty challenging in the boss refights that I'll show a little later. Oops. What was that? Yeah, I just randomly jumped off. I don't know. Yeah, and they just wonder where their pizza is, and I just say, no, I don't have it. What am I doing? And there's Minji Jongo. I actually already showed him, but I decided to show him again just for reasons. I don't know. Just so it can be like a complete story or something. Anyway, so that does it for the boss showcase. So next up, we're going to get into some cheating fun, which we already went through a little bit with Cheeto, but there are some extra little cheats and funs and goodies that you can find. So, we're going to head over here. This is Witchy World. I showed this off a little bit in Witchy World, but what you can actually do is go back and go into Madame Grunty's tent over and over and over and over again. And if you do that enough times, she will eventually give you the ultimate code for Jiggy Wiggy's temple that will make it to where you can read all the signs in his temple. But, like, who wants to do that? Because that's stupid face. So if you don't want to waste your time doing that, which you don't, there's actually another way to get those signs to be read. So what you can actually do is head over to the code chamber, and what you're going to put in, you're going to start off by putting in the word Cheeto. And then that's that. And then you're going to hit in the code, and the numbers are, the letters won't light up, but it does work. And what you're going to put for this is get Jiggy backwards. That's all you have to do. And then when you do that, that will actually activate the signs in Jiggy Wiggy's temple. So you don't have to go through all that red tape. So. And you can go ahead and just Google some cheat codes if you want, but I decided to go ahead and show off a couple of them that are kind of interesting. Cheeto Super Banjo. You can get a code that will make it to where Banjo moves faster. So if you're like me and incredibly impatient, you can put that in and whee! Of course with the Talon Trot, that's just crazy. Now that I think about it, I should have shown the running shoes, actually. There's no telling how fast that would be. But another fun code is Cheeto Super Baddie, and that makes it where the enemies are faster. I don't know. I put this in. For me, there wasn't really a very noticeable difference. I mean, I guess they look a little faster, but I don't know. It didn't really stand out to me. Like, if you would have secretly put in that cheat on my file when I was in the bathroom or something, I don't think I ever would have said, dang, these enemies are faster, aren't they? They kind of seem faster, but it doesn't really stand out. I don't know. But yeah, Super Banjo, Super Baddie, those are some pretty fun codes. You can... And, I mean, I don't think you have to wait till way later to unlock them or anything. So you can activate them as early as you want. Just go through the whole game like that if you'd like. Okay, so now let's go to the Great Jiggy Wiggy's Temple. And now that I've activated that cheat, what this does is it shows you how to get all the Jiggies in all the levels. Not even really, it just kind of gives you kind of simple explanations for how to get all the jiggies. It's a thing, I guess. I don't know. I can't see a single person ever getting the jiggies in this game by using these signposts as a guide. I don't know. Maybe several people back in the day did this. I don't know. I can't see very many people using that, so. And now for something very interesting. Something so interesting that I can't even show it in my regular game cartridge. I have to use the power of emulation. So, what we're going to do is take a little detour to a ROM of Banjo-Tooie. So let's go there. Wow, look at those graphics. Aren't those better? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to a new file here. I'm just going to skip the opening cutscene. Alright, so this is a new file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my cheats. We're going to activate this. It's called Beta Bottles Revenge Mode. What? And to show that off, what in the world that is, I activate the cheat, and then I'm going to leave, and I'm going to go back. And then, if I do that... Whoa. What? What is this? Yeah, free from... Wow. What? Evil spirit. Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy. What's this evil stuff? Whoa, what? You're the devil. The devil went down to Spiral Mountain. He's gonna follow me around and be obnoxious, so... Okay, so yeah, this is a very interesting feature. This is called Bottles Revenge Mode, or Devil Bottles. And this is a secret mode that was actually never added to the final version of Banjo-Tooie. It can only be accessed through emulation or through Game Shark. And what it does is you activate this, and Devil Bottles will follow you around. Quite similar to how the fairies do in the Zelda games. And he will actually possess the enemies. And when he possesses an enemy, a second player can use Controller 2 to control the enemies. Not only that, but they can control the enemies, and they can attack Banjo. So, with Bottles Revenge Mode, you and a friend can team up and co-op the game. One person can play as regular Banjo, and your friend can control the enemies all around you and try to attack you. That is freaking awesome. It is such a bummer that this was not added to the final game, because that is a pretty daggum cool idea. To, you know, I mean, co-op multiplayer, it's usually a lot of the same stuff, but man, something like that to control the enemies, that is such a cool idea. So to show this off, when you walk by an enemy, you see the enemy is now possessed, and what I'm doing here is I'm using the second player's controls to move the enemy around. So player 1 just controls Banjo like normal, and then player 2 can control the possessed enemy and walk around and even attack. So the idea here was to kind of do a goofy co-op of the game, where one player is playing as Banjo and the second player is trying to kill him. And what's interesting about this is, well, hold on, I wanted to show this off. Devil Bottles will actually kind of just get in the way of the cutscenes. It's almost like they kind of didn't intend for the cutscenes to kind of change with him being there. So if you have situations like that, he's just kind of blocking the way. And also, he will not join you for boss fights. He will not control the bosses, although that apparently was originally going to be a feature. But they later scrapped it because they thought it would make for some difficulty problems. Like, it would just be too challenging. But yeah, as you can see, I could do the dive with that enemy. It's pretty dang cool. I tried it out for a little while, and they will possess, from what I've gathered, pretty much every enemy in the game. The only ones they won't do are bosses and enemies that, like, stand still and don't ever attack. Enemies that are just kind of locked into one place. But if the enemy moves around, Devil Bottles will possess it. And that's a pretty daggum cool feature. It's a shame it was never added in the final game. But yeah, through the power of emulation and Game Shark, you too can play it. And this was actually recovered by what's a group of people called Rare Witch Project. That's their name. Rare Witch Project. Were actually the folks who were able to find this and make it to where we can all play it. So that's a fun thing for fun people. So any of you out there who are interested in Let's Playing and maybe like the idea of being unique and doing, you know, maybe a little spin on a game that's been done a lot, and are also interested in some co-op stuff, I think a co-op project of this game would be pretty dang cool. To go through the game, have one player play as Banjo, and your co-op friend try to attack you with the enemies the whole time. It'd be a cool way to play through the game and showcase this feature, and just to see what all the enemies are like when you possess them. So, any of you out there interested in that, jump on it. Maybe it's been done a bunch of times, I don't know. But that would be a pretty unique project. Okay, so that concludes this epilogue video. Next time, we will have one more epilogue video showing off some final things. That will actually be it. That will be the final episode of Banjo-Tooie. Yeah, about frickin' time. See you then for the final episode.